And good morning. It's your friendly neighborhood Tironan, and this is the XF5U. We've seen a lot of this aircraft. We're getting fairly close to being able to upgrade it to a Banshee. Down to 61,000 to bring it up. But I had a game the other day, and it really made me think about what I could do to improve the performance of the aircraft. And it was a game in which I just simply used this as only was interested in getting the aircraft close enough to get it within gun range and shoot at extreme range. And the results were pretty spectacular. I shot down 15 aircraft. And part of that is due to the pilot skills here. He's got both of them. And what this does is give you reduces dispersion, which is the amount that the bullets will spread out by 5%. And then you get marksman 2, which reduces dispersion by another 5% and increases accuracy of firing at actively maneuvering targets by 10%. And it's cumulative, so you get a 10 and 10. And my question was this. Right now I have an engine tuning 3 in here. And I can demount that. And I can put in a gyroscopic sight here. And I wanted to see what the difference would be, because that's another 10% to accuracy. So now you got 20% to accuracy and 10% to dispersion. And I wanted to see what the difference is. Now, it's an expensive upgrade, so this is something I really wanted to test. And I have enough Tier 8 aircraft that it's not a loss regardless. But I wanted to see if it would make a real difference. So I hope that you will enjoy it. This is a very long-range gun on this aircraft. It really seems to get its maximum performance when it stays far back and shoots. And it's been bugging me for a long time. So I hope you appreciate the fact that I'm willing to drop half a 500,000 silver to check this out for you, and I wanted to share the results with you, and let's see what we get. It was a dismal failure. Well, it's a dismal failure. I'll stick it on something and don't worry about it. Obviously, you don't want it on your ground attack aircraft because those are not actively maneuvering targets, and it's not likely to make one heck of a lot of difference. Now, I did not take the rockets on here. Generally, I do not find them all that helpful. The reload time on those teeny tim rockets, even though they're extremely powerful, is over 2 minutes, or right around 2 minutes anyway. And so your addition is you go and you drop your, fire your rockets, and then you suffer with negative 13 miles per hour throughout the game. And that's just, for an aircraft that's really a high altitude fighter slash boom and zoomer, where it spends most of its time, I never even found that much opportunity to use them. Now, your mileage will vary if you're really interested in using them. The teeny tim rockets, history on those they were used, the 11.75 inch casings that they were used came right out of oil fields. And it was late war when this was actually fielded. Which is lovely for what it's worth, but wow. That was just ugly. Okay. Okay, so we're going to get out of the range of these fellows. Well, it's quite a bit of health to them. There we go. I can tell the difference. And we're kind of low. I don't want to be low, and I don't want to engage in combat where I am low. So let's get up in altitude a little bit. I have quite a bit of boost. Let's go ahead and use it. Notice I'm able to actually aim at various parts of large aircraft where I couldn't before.
The enemy is launching rocket strikes on our complex, trying to neutralize the enemy military base.
Okay. Like I said, I am not interested in getting into a turn and burn contest with anybody. Instead, what I want to do, practice my gunfire. There's an RB-17. I thought we just had this discussion. Okay. We'll close in on this XP-72 and try to get within decent range. And I see another aircraft way below me. Okay. I'll let him worry about him then. we just earned the McGuire medal. I guess I must have done something right. Tommy McGuire was the second leading U.S. ace of all times.
Hang in there.
And he wrote some rules to always follow when in combat. One was always drop all your ordnance, never carry your drop tanks, never get below a certain amount of speed, never get below a certain altitude with the P-38. And interestingly enough, when he got tangled up with a really good Japanese ace and died, he had violated every one of those rules. Every last one of them. I always like the guns on this. I will tell you, having the sight on it seems to make a major difference. Very glad I tried this. Now, I'm not going to get interested in getting into furballs. That's just not what this aircraft is about. And never should be about.
A rocket has reached the target. Enemy objects damaged.
And so what I'm doing here is looking for lone pickoffs. And again, an attempt to ram. Okay, so I lost an engine, and now I can't restart, so not too much I can do about that one. That's unfortunately one of the things about the game is you just, unless you get a where you take over everything or you kill all their aircraft, this game is already over. They'd have to take the last TAC base. Though with a 4-1, they're certainly making a good attempt at it. I just don't see that really happening.
We are losing the initiative. Push harder. Squadron detected. Engage them immediately.
Alright, that will wrap that up.
Too strong.
We got the McGuire medal, we saw that, and we got the Conqueror medal, we saw that. Came in number 1 on the defeated side, unfortunately. and we'll return to the hangar. But I very much see the role of this aircraft as trying to dominate the high ground. Alright, so we got 10 kills, 4 assists. We did 9,477 damage, which is outstanding. And I'm going to attribute some of that to the site. I did notice a noticeable amount of increase in the accuracy of your fire, of the guns on this. So we got about a fifth of the silver back already. We've got another 3,000 experience, another 154, and we got another token. All that's going to be pretty important. And team score. I think I did pretty well. And so for this plane, I am going to recommend the following. That you get these two. And in your mods, I'm going to suggest this is where you need to spend your time. Get your aircraft polish. You want to diffuse the increased speed. I really do find the gyroscopic gunsight to be a major addition here, and I get more use out of it. The engine tuning 3 you can drop off on any tier 8 aircraft. So if you got something else that you think you'll use it, I'll just deploy it there. So I don't really consider that much of a loss. And I'll fly this plane enough to earn the money back and then some. So this I'm going to call a success. This I think was worth the time. And I think that it's going to have major effects for the next aircraft. Because it's got 420 millimeter 12s. I doubt it's going to have the punch of the other one, but it's going to come close. And you got the same amount of range. So this is probably what I want to carry on to the Banshee. Now, I don't know nearly as much about the Banshee as I want to, so by the time we get there, I'll be fully vested in it. I can give you a full background on its history. But right now, I've got to say out of my entire inventory, this is my favorite aircraft to play. Played correctly and played within this role, it's very, very hard to beat. It's always going to suffer to the ME-262. I'm still working on the ME-109Z, so I can get that up in the inventory and give that a try. That will be interesting, though it's even less turning than this thing is, but and the range is shorter. That's going to be another interesting aircraft. All right, folks, that's going to wrap this one up for today, and I hope that you will like the video and to subscribe. I need all the subscribers I can get. This has been a test of the gyroscopic gun sight, and I found it very successful. Your opinions on it, however, matter more than mine, so your comments are encouraged by all means. All right, my friends, we'll see you tomorrow.